The Federal and Vale Hospital jointly present the Madurai Marathon 2025. This event is co-presented by Walking Shoe Company, powered by PSNA College of Engineering and Technology and Tucker EV Chargers. Run for bone and joint health on Sunday, December 21. Entry is free. All are welcome.
A quiet winter afternoon at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island turned into chaos after a gunman stormed a classroom, killing 2 students and injuring 9 others. Late Sunday night, authorities confirmed that a person of interest taken into custody had been released, leaving the investigation still open. Brown University had warned students on Saturday afternoon to shelter in place. Brown is an Ivy League institution and one of the most selective universities in the United States, accepting only about 5% of undergraduate applicants. The university has around 11,000 students, including about 8,000 undergraduates, most of whom live on campus. The incident unfolded around 4 p.m. local time on Saturday inside an economic study session at the Barres and Halley Engineering and Physics building. Dozens of students had gathered to prepare for an upcoming exam. Moments after the teaching assistant wrapped up the session, students heard screaming outside, followed by loud gunshots. A masked man dressed in black entered the lecture hall through an upper door and opened fire. Students scattered in panic. Some fled through side exits, while others hid near the blackboard, trying to remain silent as shots rang out across the room. The teaching assistant took cover behind the lectern along with the first-year student who had been shot in the leg. The police response time inside the classroom was unclear to those hiding there. When officers finally escorted survivors out, the extent of the violence inside the room became clear. Other students elsewhere in the building also heard multiple gunshots. Some hid briefly before fleeing the area and sheltering off campus for hours, unsure whether the threat had ended.
I first heard about it actually through a fellow student who was running from the building back to my dorm, which is a few blocks down that way. I was doing my laundry, so I was going through the main entrance, and then one of my friends was gasping, and he was like, "Oh, there's been shots near Barres and Halley." And at first, I didn't really know much of what to make of that. I thought maybe it was an altercation between 2 people, maybe a contained situation. So I texted my group chat of my friends, and I was like, "Hey, they're talking about some shots," and I didn't really take it that seriously. Until I think my mom called, and she was hearing from a mom's group chat that she had about there being multiple victims and students fleeing from the scene, and then the alerts started rolling in. So that's when I started to realize the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, I think absolutely this is a huge wake-up call for everybody that has been affected, and just everybody in the country in general. Gun violence is a huge issue, and this is truly so tragic that we're seeing these events happen over and over again. And so I think something definitely needs to be done. What that may be, I think, is something to be figured out. It's obviously a very difficult situation. I truly hope that, we can figure something out.
By early Sunday morning, federal agents detained a person of interest at Hotel South of Providence and recovered firearms and ammunition. However, authorities later released the individual, saying the investigation was ongoing. An 11-second surveillance video showing a suspect dressed in black leaving the area was also released. The shooting occurred on the anniversary of the Sandy Hook Elementary School tragedy, adding to the emotional weight of the moment for many. On Sunday, Brown University announced the cancellation of most remaining in-person classes and exams as students prepare to leave campus. US President Donald Trump said he had been briefed on the situation.
Well, I've been fully briefed on the Brown University situation, what a terrible thing it is. And all we can do right now is pray for the victims and for those that were very badly hurt, it looks like. And we'll inform you later as to what's happening, but it's a shame. It's a shame.
As the campus remains shaken, officials say the investigation continues and authorities are working to determine responsibility for the attack while providing support to those affected.
The Federal and Vale Hospital jointly present the Madurai Marathon 2025. This event is co-presented by Walking Shoe Company, powered by PSNA College of Engineering and Technology and Tucker EV Chargers. Run for bone and joint health on Sunday, December 21. Entry is free. All are welcome.